Welcome to the You Heard podcast, your go-to for Miami Hurricanes football. Ben, Joe, Poke, and CB break down recruiting, hot topics, and game day action.
All right, we'll talk about it at the end.
No, let's talk about this right now because he's completely flipped it on me now.
I hate him for knowing this, bro. This man knew the brand, dog.
Okay, I don't appreciate that. I'm saying, like,
what are we talking about, son?
Get into it, talking. I felt
Keeping it a buck.
Let me close these curtains real quick.
You heard. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The curtains thing gets me every time, dog.
No, I had to add that, dog. I had to add that. That joint has me rolling. Hey, man, 2-0 in 2 weeks. That's how we do it. You know what I'm saying? Racking them up.
Oh, man.
How you doing, my brother? Before we bring on our
I'm doing good, other than the fact that I just tagged the wrong Poke in our tweet.
You did. You definitely did.
Did you fix it?
I'm
fixing it right now.
Yeah, he's got to fix it.
I'm a terrible YouTuber, man. I say it all the time.
Oh no,
I'm not actually good at this.
That's crazy. Poke, how you doing, man? How was the trip back up? No, it was not, sir. He fixed it now. He had the wrong.
Oh, okay. I fixed it now.
Yeah, he fixed it. He had to edit that bad boy.
Ben
Poke, how you doing, man? How was the trip up from 305?
Oh, it was fine, man. No problem. Just shot straight up 27 to the house. No wishes.
No, that's how you take it. You take 27. All right, that's dope. All right, CB, go ahead, do your thing, brother.
All right, y'all. We got a special guest on today's show for y'all. Y'all know it's all about the Great Wall of Mirabal. We like our weapons on the outside. We like our QB1, but nothing is successful without an offensive line. Colorado is proving that. So without further ado, I have one of our commits in the 2025 class joining the Great Wall of Mirabal from Edgewater, Florida. 3-star offensive lineman Jaden Wilkerson is an absolute monster and was at the FAMU game. Give it up for our 2025 commit, y'all.
What's going on? What's
What's happening, brother?
Hold on, wait. Let me get this right.
There it is.
There it is.
Round of applause,
Left me out to
guy.
dry and put the clap on later.
Yeah, it was a delayed clap. Listen, it's a live track, son. When you got jokes, you got to set yourself up for it. You know what I mean? Yeah, man.
I just asked, when am I going to join Flo's tailgate? Y'all, I'm all the way in Texas. I'm all the way in Texas. I'm as far as you can get.
He'll join when Flo can fly him out. That's when he'll join.
I know it's still hot in Texas too, boy.
Bro, it's hot. It's hot out here for real. It's hot for real. But so you were at the game this weekend, Jaden. Give us your first impressions. What was it like getting to see the team up close and personal? What was it like seeing that?
Look at that smile.
Yeah, look at that smile.
It was a vibe. It was a vibe for sure. It was a vibe for sure. You know, the energy was there as soon as we got like up into the room where all the recruits go. I got Cristobal, Coach Mirabal. We were just like up in there just chatting it up. He's like, "You better go out there, put 40 on them boys." They ended up putting 56? Was it?
Yeah,
56, I think.
47, 56-9. Yeah.
Yeah. Like energy from the jump. And I went out there. I talked to Coop before the game while he was warming up. He was locked in. He wasn't saying much. Said a couple words, but that was it.
What's that like, man? When you see somebody like Inez Cooper, right? Working on that field, man, and the development he's had in his 3 years. What is that? Just kind of like, yo, that's what I want to follow. And like, what's that like, man? When you see the work,
1,000%. He's definitely one of the guys. When like on my OV, I was talking to him a lot because Coach Mirabal said I have a lot with him in common. I'm kind of quiet, standoffish at times, but then I can open up and just be myself. And when I'm open up and be myself, I'm hardworking. I'm able to talk to anybody. So him just knowing that me and him have similarities, just it means a lot knowing I can look up to someone that's doing it at the big level right now. So
dope. Poke.
Yeah, man. Glad you had a great time at the game. One thing I've always wondered about with the new guys coming in, how does it feel to you or speak to you about how much playing time a lot of these freshmen are getting, a lot of these young guys are getting early on?
Right now, I'm not worried about playing time. I'm worried about getting better. if that means I'm going on the field and taking someone's spot year one, that's what I'll do. But as soon as I get there, I'm working. But that's obviously what I'm striving for. I'm striving to take someone's spot.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of the guys that Coach Cristobal and company are trying to get in there, guys that are wanting to come in, work their asses off, and compete. And if they push somebody to the side, then so be it. You know, best guy on the field, best man on the field, of course. Yeah. Love to hear that. Love to hear that.
CB.
All right, bro. You know what I'm gonna ask you. We all want to hear a Mirabal story. Alex Mirabal is the offensive line whisperer. One of the greatest when it comes to teaching and coaching, and as well recruiting, but building that relationship as well. Give us a Mirabal story you can tell on this live.
I got one. So we're in the practice facility at Miami. They just got done. I think it's the middle of an OV, so we just got done eating or something like that. We're just walking around the facility, talking it up a little bit, and then he was just talking about a couple of the techniques they use, like their hand placements and stuff like that. He demonstrated one on me. He punched me so hard in my chest. I never thought he'd be that strong. I ain't gonna lie. He punched me so hard in my chest. I hit the wall. I was like, because I wasn't expecting it. I was standing straight up and down. He hit me in my chest so hard. Yo, I was dying.
Hey, I knew he was strong last year at some point. There was a clip during the spring. It was this year of Markel Bell. And he was showing Markel Bell a technique and punched. And when Markel Bell moved backwards, I was like, yo,
bro, MB's like 6'9", 350,
all of
350,
it too.
60, something like that.
Yeah.
All of it.
Bro. Yeah. I'm telling you, that he's strong. Like, he's strong.
That's crazy.
You wouldn't expect
that's
that.
the greatest Mirabal story of all time.
Yeah, we can just end the show right here, though. I was going to top that.
Yeah.
Jaden Wilkerson standing over him like, "Hey, coach, yeah, I get you." He hits him in his chest. Jaden like, "I'm a grown man." You know what I mean? And he moves back. That's crazy.
I want to say this, by the way, because we sitting here saying, Bell bit. Dog, Jaden 6'6", y'all.
Yeah.
Jaden 6'6", 300. This ain't Mirabal pushing a safety.
Nope.
Like this. I need y'all to understand this is a big human being as well.
Yes,
like,
sir.
yeah, Markel Bell 6'9", dog. Jaden, you 6'6", bro. It's nice. That's a nice size human being. So it's nice to know our offensive line coach can't just tell you what to do, but he can physically as well show you as well.
He can do it.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's crazy. He played O-line in high school, right? That's what's crazy at Columbus. Like he played.
I feel like he can drive anyone just off straight technique. Like he can drive you 20 yards just off technique.
Like you didn't want to move, but he gonna move you. Like he got you
right.
Like
Crazy.
That's crazy, dog. Like I'm because if you've seen Jaden Wilkerson, I'm saying he just had a conversation with Izubee and all that, and you see it was like, oh, he made Izubee look like a child. Like Izubee's 6'2". Yeah, you know what I mean, I'm like, I hit Izubee up. I was like, hey, fam, you need to get a booster seat or something. But like, you look like you were solid. You were a freshman in this. Sorry, Izubee. I know you watch. But Jaden, man, so when you go to your OV, let's go back before you commit. When you're at your OV and you're visiting the campus, what was your first impression of the campus?
It was beautiful. We drove past the new dorms that they're building. Coach showed me a visual of what it would look like, like a little 3D model of what it would look like. And just I went to the business building. I went into the hospital. I went into everything. And everything's just so structurally just nice. You know, everything's obviously well kept up with. But obviously the facility's top notch. Like some of the best in the country. Like just the weight room just got renovated. I think last year. I think so. Like everything was just beautiful.
Dope. Poke, you got one?
Yeah. So jumping a little bit away from football, what are some of the things you're looking as far as studying academic wise and stuff that UM has to offer that you're looking forward to?
I'm a major in sports medicine. I'm a minor in sociology. So trying to stay in the field of sports.
He had that ready.
Yeah.
He knew. Like, hey, I already knew what's happening. He visited. He talking about visiting doctor's hospital. He knows what's going on. He knows what's going on.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know the area. Yeah, man.
Sure.
Jaden, what was that feeling when you sat down with your family because we talk a lot about it, like when you tell the coaches, right? When you sat down with your family and you guys were like, "Look, Miami's the place." What was that conversation like? Like, what were the emotions in the room, right? Getting ready to be like, "Yo, this is where I want to go to school."
So it was on my OV to Miami. It was my first OV. I had 2 more lined up after that. We were in the hotel room, and I was like, I don't even know if I want to go on these next 2 OVs. Like, I'm home. Like, I was dead like that. My mom was like, "For real?" And I was like, "Yeah, I feel like I'm home. I feel like this is the place I want to be." And I know where I'm gonna end up if I go to Miami. And she was like, "Okay, so what do you want to do these next 2 OVs?" I was like, "We can still do them, but I'm locked in." So that day, that night at dinner, I told Coach Mirabal, or we're at Coach Cristobal's house. We're all sitting around, me, Coach Pata, Coach Cristobal, Coach Mirabal, Coach D-Train, everyone, my parents. We're all in a little room at Coach Cristobal's house. I just told him like I want to commit, and Coach Cristobal, Coach Mirabal, obviously excited. My mom started breaking down a little bit, just being proud, you know. My dad over there sitting cool in the corner. He's trying to be calm, cool, collected in the corner. So, but yeah, like a lot of emotions definitely through that whole night for sure.
Dope, CB.
One of the coolest things about every recruit is you have a journey, right? Everyone has an individual journey. You got players who they picked up their first football at 3 years old. You got players who I played varsity in 8th grade. You've got a very interesting journey. You didn't start playing football right away. Jaden's a hooper who can dunk right now.
So basically, so I started playing when I was younger. So I started at 10, played all the way to 14U. Didn't play freshman year, and I wasn't gonna play sophomore year either. But then one of my best friend's dads worked at a school that just won a state championship. One of my best friend's dads, he hit me up and was like, "You gotta come play for us. You gotta come give it a shot. You know what you could do, just from an athletic standpoint." So I was like, "The hell with it." Transferred over to Lake Highland with him, and then it's been that ever since. You know, just fell back in love with the game, because I definitely got out of touch with it for a little bit, but definitely fell back in love with the game.
That's where the footwork and athleticism comes from, right? That's crazy.
Yeah,
he's a hooper, dog. Yeah.
If we could go back in time, Jaden, have this whole conversation we having right now with that Jaden right after he decided, all right, I'm gonna play football, and tell you, hey, well, we're here to tell you that in a couple years, bro, you are a D1 Miami Hurricanes commit. Yeah. What do you think you would have said to that?
I would have told you for basketball. I would ask you for basketball. I would have asked you. I'd be like, "Oh, I'm hooping in Miami. That's a bet." That's what I would have said. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah.
That's fascinating how that's full circle now, and I say it all the time. You need people to believe in you. Sometimes it's someone that sees something in you that you don't see. That coach was like, "Look, I got a D1 offensive lineman, and he don't know that yet. So I'm gonna let him keep hooping, but I also need him to get in these trenches." I love that.
Yeah,
that's so dope, man. That's so dope. Jaden, when you already got the Mirabal story. When you first met Coach Cristobal, right? Offensive lineman, trench-minded head coach. What was that experience like, man? Just give us a story that you can tell us before we get you up out of here, man. I also appreciate you spending, hanging out with us, man. Appreciate it.
So I talked to him times before. It was over the phone, but the first time I met with him was, I want to say I just went up there for unofficial this is before I committed. Sorry, it's before I committed. So I went up there for unofficial, just went for spring practice. I got to go sit down with him in his office. We were just talking about everything, just talking about my film, talking about what I do outside of football, what I like outside of football, and just him really getting to actually know me as someone he's recruiting. But my favorite story about Coach Cristobal is when on my OV, I got to ride with him. We were going to visit Hard Rock. I was riding with him. We're driving on the highway. It was me and Hayden Lowe from Cali. So we're in the car. We're just chilling. You know, he put on some old, I'm talking about some 60s, classical music. And I was like, "Coach, we can't go for this. We got to turn this off immediately." So I had to take over and put some play some newer stuff. So,
Did he know what you played?
oh, not at all. Not at all. Me and Hayden was in the backseat just playing whatever. I ain't gonna lie. Me and Hayden was in the backseat playing whatever.
60s classical music.
No, it's probably like, all right, man. I just look.
Yeah.
I got to protect the quarterback. So whatever he want to listen to,
whatever you want to listen to.
Yeah.
QB1 is going to be QB1. Yeah. Poke, what you got for Jaden before we get him up out of here, man?
Nothing, man. Just happy to have you on board with this upcoming class, man, and wish you, of course, nothing but much success this last year of high school, and just can't wait to see you in that green and orange, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Jaden, last question. You an early enrollee? Does
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that's springboard dog. We gonna check you. Poke and I ain't too far from you, so we might pop up at a game one. Yeah, we might pop up at a game, man. Yeah, and see what you're working with. See you moving them boys, man. Jaden, thank you so much, man. Let everybody know where they can follow you, man. Tell them all your socials. Get those numbers up, man. Canes fans, y'all make sure to follow Jaden Wilkerson, man. Y'all see it.
Hey, Twitter right here, Jaden Wilkerson with a 3 at the end. And then my Instagram is certified.j9.
All right, dope, man.
Go follow Jaden right now.
Right now, man. Hit that follow, man. Jaden, man, thank you so much, man. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, man. Yeah, man. Hey, whenever you want to come back, bro, just hit us up. You family, man.
For sure. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Have a good one, man.
Thank you, Jaden.
Dope young man, brother. Dope young man.
Good dude.
Somebody says something in the comments. SP, all Mario's recruits talk just like him.
Yeah.
They're all Mario Mirabal clones, bro.
That's the culture, right? That's the culture.
Exactly. That's it
like,
right there.
They like look, the evaluation goes past the stars and all that other shit. They like to meet these young men and get to see the caliber and the content of their character. That, like, if you have a guy who's like, hey man, you know what I'm saying, I don't know how much it depends on that. Like, that's what builds, because you might sit a couple years. You see the trenches Mario's building. Do you have the fight in you? You know what I'm saying? That's part of the evaluation process. And you see it with Jaden. He said it before we came on, right? He's going to be one of the youngest players in college football next year, right? Yep. Like, he's going to be, I think he's just turned 16, so he's going to be 16, maybe 17 in January. Like, that young man's is a problem. And check out his film, man. The kid's a problem, man. Yeah, and CB spoke with him already, so y'all already know what it is.
Yeah, another thing that spoke out to me when I asked him about, early playing time, he immediately was like, oh, I'm not too worried about that. I'm worried about getting better and working hard. And if I do take somebody's spot, then I do. Fact. So that's also encouraging to see from a young guy, where a lot of times with these recruits, it's more about playing time and not necessarily putting into work to earn it. So that, again, speaks to the culture that Mario's bringing.
No, 100%.
Bro, he told a story to me that so their quarterback went down last year at one point. So they had to run basically single wing wildcat. They ran a dive play 25 times in a row.
Jesus.
And did not lose a yard on any of them.
That's really
25 times in a row. And I asked him,
Herman
I said,
Boone?
bro,
is that Herman
what was
Boone
y'all
out there from Remember the Titans?
Offensive line? That man said after like the first three, it's the line. It's him that was looking at the sideline like, again.
Running back.
That mindset, bro, is crazy. That's the Cam Ward rerunning right there mindset. Because they know there's no secret at this point. There's not a quarterback in the game.
That's right. Yeah. Right there. That's going to happen.
That mindset of, you can tell them what I'm about to do, and I'm still going to do it. That, bro, on the offensive line, when you want to take games over in the trenches, those are the kind of offensive line. Damn the stars. Give me somebody that wants to be physical in the trenches, man. Mirabal going to teach technique. We going to work on all that. But you give me somebody that's not tired of driving somebody back 25 straight times, that's a dog if I've ever heard of one.
Yeah.
Isn't that, but that also makes it more shocking that Mirabal moved his ass. Like, isn't that right? Like, somebody has that mentality, and then Mirabal goes boom, and you're like, I was the goods for a second. I don't know what knocked the air out my butt. Like, that's crazy.
So he knocked the air. How strong is Mirabal?
No, Mirabal's strong as shit. Mirabal, like, all respect to Coach Mirabal, and he Coach is a small man, right? Like, I'm not gonna put his height out there, but I don't want to guesstimate and insult him, right? Coach is a small man. The man looks like a marathon runner, right? Like, he looks like he could have, like, he looks like he runs like 36 miles every day just for fun. Like, he looks like he has that kind of mentality, right? Fam, like,
Right.
and he moves and he has the respect of these giants. It's because of the technique. Jaden said it, right? Like, he looks like, just off technique, he could move all of us 20 yards. And,
He
they don't
said,
want
I
to move.
guarantee you, off technique alone, he could drive every one of us back 20 yards.
Yeah, 100%. And we're going to get to the chat in a minute. Let's get to this Canesville commercial. We got some chopping up about this FAMU game. Let's get it.
Welcome to Canesville. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Canesville has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Those are the best ones. Those joints right there.
Oh, those.
I can sit there and eat a whole bag of things. Yeah.
Flips,
double meaning.
It is. Flips.
Today's
white
episode snack is flips.
Flips.
If your coaching staff is trash and the team you're committed to is losing constantly, flips.
Like it. I like it.
Real quick.
Brought to you by Coach Dennis Smith.
Real quick. Listen, I done told you in the chat. If you want to start this, if you want to start this week, call me Bendrick Lamar. I got 5+5 ready, dog. Ready. I mean, I got a recording, but I got it. You know what I'm saying? It's been written. It's been.
Say
written.
It ain't 1v20. It's 20v1.
Exactly, fam. He hitting up Max. Like, yo, Max, you got that. Yo, Doom, you got that Photoshop for me? Come on now. Look, man. CB, we did the halftime show yesterday. Appreciate you having me on, man. Y'all make sure to go watch that. That's the raw and real and honest reaction. Same thing as what you get from us today. So we're gonna go around the room, right? Or the room. Room makes sense. And give me your impressions. Let's backtrack it. Give me your impressions at the half, and then at the final score. Because now we have empirical data. We can run through that from yesterday's game. Poke. We didn't get your first half thoughts from yesterday, so let me know when you were in the building.
Yes. Somebody didn't want to invite me to come on, so
well,
because we tried twice last year with the on-site thing. Joe and Ben, we tried last year with the on-site. The audio is just terrible. Even with headphones, that shit was terrible.
Yeah, because we tried with the A&M game last year, and
it did.
It was hard. I was like an old man. I couldn't figure out how to use a speakerphone. I was like doing this shit. It was bad.
Hey, that's one of my best friends right there that you just put up. So yeah, we work together.
Troy?
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Troy, man.
Just call him Catfish.
I'm not gonna call him that. I don't know why you call him that. That could be that. All right, I'm gonna call him. Hey, Catfish, what up, man? All right.
That's it. Yeah.
There's a story behind that.
That's my guy right there, huh?
You probably.
There's always a story. Yeah, there's a story.
That you can't say on the show. I'm sure.
Probably not.
Probably not. Don't put that man's business out there. Yeah, man. So, Poke, first half thoughts from yesterday at FAMU.
So, first half thoughts. I think the first half, a little lackluster. I think. I mean, we had a few big chunk plays and stuff. Of course, Cam's going to do Cam, but I think. I don't know. Like even sitting there watching it, live, even my wife said, like, it doesn't seem like the same team from last week. I was like, in certain aspects, yeah, I could definitely see that. And I think some of that had to do with second string guys playing, and for normal starters weren't. There's a slight disconnect, I think, just from not having the same comfortability as the other guys would with the offense. So particularly the offensive line. I think the defense was fine. But there was just, a little something off. I think it took them a little while to really get a little more cohesive that first half. I mean, that's kind of what I thought, and I think a lot of people shared that same sentiment just from, reading comments throughout Twitter and talking with some other people too. So first half, yeah, for me anyway.
All right, yeah. First half, you got the reaction from us. First half was just a little wonky, but then you're not thinking like, oh, they're starting 2 new linemen, right? Markel Bell and Ryan Rodriguez that hadn't played. Markel Bell held his own. Like, if you think about, like, for getting his first, like, real, because that shit is real, right? Ain't nothing like real. Yeah. Regardless, look, you want to say what you want to say about FAMU. That team is very likely going to repeat in their group. You know what I'm saying? For national champions, HBCU national champs. Like, that's nothing to sneeze at. Coach Cozy is a respectable guy. Richardson, I think, is one of the top 10 or whatever in, like, passing yards ever. And they were showing up to play. And look, it was sloppy, right? And you go back and think about it as like, man, they had a lot. They probably had like 10 or 15 penalties. They had a total of 6 penalties in the first half, right? Like 6. Like, yeah, it was sloppy, but like in the past, that's 17. Last year, that's 15, 16 holdings. You know what I'm saying? The whole team not focused. You're playing those guys. So, yeah, it was sloppy, but they still on every drive scored or got in the red zone, and they were going for it on 4th down because you have to still execute in the red zone. Those are practice plays, right? Like you had the holding on the touchdown that Cam did his Cam thing with Markel Bell the one time, and he only got the holding because Cam broke contained, and so Markel Bell held down instead of getting his quarterback hit. So yeah, it wasn't context. Like the emotion of it was like, oh man, we're not good. Like, fam, we're up 25-3. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're doing plays. They need to. This is like a live scrimmage. Is basically what you're watching. You know what I mean? Exactly. And Cam was like, what were Cam's final stats? Like 20 of 26,
20 for 26,
still like 76%.
Yeah,
still went over 300. Still had 3 tutties plus a rushing touchdown. So,
which I didn't like. I'm gonna be honest with you. Hey, bro, don't do that. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I knew they were going to get him to at least 300 before they yanked him. They had to.
No. I'm saying the run. Like, don't do that. Like, don't.
Bro's a competitor. You know he's gonna.
I'm talking about my emotions.
I think there's nothing. Yeah, my emotions too.
He said, "Fuck your emotions, man. I'm running this ball."
Yeah. I don't think there's nothing we can do. Like, I saw someone tweet out the photo of him jumping and said, "We're gonna have to bubble wrap this moment," and it's true. You have to bubble wrap him. He's a competitor.
Dude, he's not Tua.
He's gonna play.
You only got to bubble wrap him.
No, I'm saying for us.
I think for us to have some peace of mind, we're gonna have to bubble wrap.
He's saying fuck bubble wrap. We're saying, hey, bro, this FAMU. Like, please, we need you. Don't hurt yourself. Please don't hurt yourself.
That's why they love him. That's why they love him. That's why the defensive linemen love him. The defensive ends love him. The safeties, the goddamn punter. That's why the entire football team loves him. He does not see himself as the star quarterback. He sees himself as a football player. Yep. That's why they love him so much.
All right, let's go in reverse. CB, end of game, right? 56-9, total of 8 penalties, 2 after. 1 was a stupid one. I'm on mode. Come on, fam. Like, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Like, that one wasn't good, but whatever. That's, I get it. In the emotions, and you're in it. You're getting your snaps. That's fine. A total of 2 penalties after the half. They came out in that third quarter. I think we almost predicted the CB. They had 3 touchdowns and a field goal. And that's because they didn't want to go for the touchdown in that second half. We called 4 tutties at half.
Yeah, we said 4. You know what else they did in that second half? That obviously at halftime, that's why I like doing it, because we're all emotional and we're right after the halftime. We weren't really breaking any big runs, and I don't mean 60-yard runs, but the 15s, the 11 yards, the 17-yard runs. They came out in that second half and punched FAMU in the mouth. We went into the half, I think, at 3.3 yards a carry or 3.8, finished with 3.9 yards, 38 carries for 225 yards, 5.9 yards on the ground, and 4 touchdowns. Like, that's what I like seeing that. I like seeing us control the line of scrimmage, control the clock with the ground game. My big takeaway from the second half, though, is the recruiting is shining. Mario flexed the recruiting on everybody. And you do see it, but you don't just see it with the young guys too, right? You see our guys making, when I say our guys, I mean recruited players. You see Wes Saint with the interception. You see Cameron Bobby Pruitt with the interception. So you see these homegrown talents starting to show up. You got to see Chris Johnson. We're starting to get to see some of the young guys. We saw Nye Carr catch a pass. JoJo caught his first pass. Elijah Arroyo looks like he has really hit his stride this year. We're starting to see the recruiting, the development start to show itself. That was my takeaway for the second half. My takeaway was the young Canes went out there and they shined. Jordan Lau looks like a sophomore running back at Wisconsin.
Yeah.
That young man looks like the truth. Dylan Dave won't go down in the stat sheet at all, but coming downhill, that young man is 100 miles an hour on fire coming downhill. OJ Frederic held his own again. And then we got to see the youth. We got to see Cameron Bobby Pruitt. We got to see Adarius Hayes get his first career interception. Justin Scott got his first sack. Armando Blunt chasing plays down 5-10 yards down the field like a damn safety. On the Cameron Bobby Pruitt interception, Booker Pickett Jr. gets the pressure. You got to see the young guys get a chance to get on the field and show why they jumped some people that we were confused about going into the spring. We're like, hold up, why is McConaughey? And because they showed up, they put their heads down and they worked. McConaughey was getting work with the ones. He was against the first team of FAMU early in that game.
And if you watched him specifically, he was in the backfield quite a bit. Like just missed on several sack opportunities.
He got held. I'm talking about like arm around the throat like 3 or 4 times and still almost got home. I think that's my takeaway of that second half. Recruiting and development was on full display. Yes, Lightfoot did play yesterday. He did.
Lightfoot did play. Lightfoot did play.
He got five snaps, according to who did it? Gio Milan put out on Twitter with his latest. His latest article. He put out all the snap counts. So,
look, Cole's gonna be a problem. The thing that impressed me, game over, right? 56-9. The thing that impressed me was the rotation early, right? Like it wasn't just like, oh, let's just throw in like mass substitutions, right? Like let's just run with the ones till half and then 2s, 3s, and 4s, right? And 5s. It was let's get these young, let's get the Justin Scotts in early, let's get the Cole McConaughey's, let's get the the Popo Aguirre's. They rotated everybody multiple times throughout the first half. When that happens, right? Like when we're watching the game, we're prisoners of the moment, right? Because and we do it. You know what I'm saying? Joe does it. I stay away from it, not because I want my take bookmarked. It's just because like I'm an empirical data type of guy, right? Like I like to see the end product and just kind of see what happens. When you see the fact that you rotated that much, it's gonna be wonky. It's gonna be weird. Like it's not gonna be smooth because these are players that haven't always played together. You have the two new linemen on the left side. I'm hoping Jalen Rivers is good. I'm hoping, I'm hoping everybody's good. They just kind of sat him out like, yo, bro, look, take the game off. Last week was physical. Good. I love that shit. And the fact that you go, hey, Markel Bell, run that shit. Let's see what you do at 6'9". And also it's like, think about the vote of confidence because you're Cam Moore's blind side. Regardless of anything, a bad block, Cam, like we're talking some different shit here. This is a very, you know what I'm saying? Like Cam, like Markel Bell held his own. Yes, he needs to get lower. He's 6'9". He's going to improve. Like he just needs to squat down a little bit on his hips. It's fine. He's gonna get work. It's not gonna cost him against FAMU. Only that offensive line with the 2 new linemen and the rotating of linemen, you only gave up 1 sack. Right? You had a bad first half. They got to figure it out. Man, when you Cameron Bobby Pruitt family, we got a Darius Hayes on like a Darius Hayes like there.
Dude, he read that play like a book. Like, he dropped back and sat right there and just said, "Yep, thank you. Give me that."
Bro, like, we need to have us, like, where a lot of people in the chat and a lot of people, when I asked the question earlier, a lot of people already talk about next year, right? Like, oh, this, like, you start thinking like, oh, this person needs to, fam, like, next year's linebacker room,
dude, we are set.
Oh my God.
Next year's linebacker room, fam, Popo is a brick fucking wall. A brick.
Oh
he's
my
not like
God.
Him, these motherfuckers aren't even wearing pads. Like,
No,
they're just out there, though. That's just them in the jersey.
Just
they're
bullying dudes, man.
Just rugbying motherfuckers. Like, what? Look, it was sloppy. Yes, the penalties, all that shit. Nobody's injured. Everybody got work. Everybody got real life snaps. That's what this game is supposed to be. Do you want to critique it? Sure, was it? But fam, like, take a look at the context of it. When you're upset about how Cam Ward was in too long or all this, like, this is still Cam Ward's second game. You're gonna take him out early so he doesn't get the reps, so he doesn't feel more comfortable with this offense. Sam Brown's second game. I'm gonna say the Sam Brown shit real quick, and I'll let y'all cook. It's Sam Brown's second game. Yes, there's catches that he should have had. Maybe he's not performing to your expectations, but you know what he's doing? Staying engaged in the offense and doing the extra shit. There's been times in the past when you have a wide receiver who is unhappy because they're not performing, maybe they're not getting the balls. They half-heart a lot of shit. You understand? Like, do you understand the level of culture that is? This man came in the fall, 7 weeks ago or whatever it was, had the little bit of offseason work, and he's staying engaged he's throwing hella blocks out there. He's getting better and getting more comfortable. Cam is gonna, obviously, fam, I don't want to go off on our own fan base. Like, Cam was gonna have more chemistry with X and Jacoby because he had and Zay because he worked with them in spring and throughout the summer. Sam Brown that takes time to develop. He's only going to get better. And you still have depth, and he's still fucking balling. Like, he's still locked in. Like, there's no, like, it doesn't always have to be like, yo, I need this guy to average 30 yards per catch and just be fucking Randy Moss the moment he steps on the field. Oh, there's people who are like, oh, JoJo ain't it. Oh my God, JoJo ain't it. It was his first snaps. Fuck it, let's just throw him out. He wasn't one of the best wide receivers in the country last year. Like, I don't understand the throwing out everything because they're not perfect immediately. Immediately, the moment they step on the field, everybody needs to be Randy Moss and Jerry Rice. Everybody needs to be the greatest offensive, the greatest, period. Like,
okay, so I get it. Everyone's upset about the jump ball. Yes. Should he have made that play on that jump ball? Yes. Should Cam had led him on that jump ball so it's not a jump ball? Yes. I'm not saying let's excuse a play that he did not make, but receivers don't catch everything. Jerry Rice made mistakes. Players make mistakes. Sam Brown still tied for the lead in receptions this weekend for us. Does anybody realize that? Just as many catches as X.
It's like expecting a pitcher to go out and only throw strikes every freaking pitch and never give up any hits ever. Completely unrealistic.
Sometimes Nolan Ryan got rocked. I know we don't remember those times because the great performances outweighed him, but Nolan Ryan went out there and got rocked. Peyton Manning had 3 interception days. It happened. Now, I'm not saying Sam Brown is Peyton Manning, but we are saying Sam Brown is a capable wide receiver. Throw on the film.
Very much so. No.
He is a capable wideout. He's got the size, he's got the speed, he's got the route running, he's got the hands. That ball got in on him. It was bad timing, trying to high point that, and it got in on him. And as a receiver, that is a cardinal sin. You don't want to let the ball get in on you. But let's not throw him out because he missed a pass. Are y'all gonna do the same with X? Like, let's give Sam Brown some time. Let's give JoJo some time. I know we all want to see JoJo on the field. I want to see JoJo on the field as well. But you do that with rotation, y'all. We do not have to put down one cane to praise another. You can get JoJo reps with rotation. Like, let's pump the brakes. Like, we even saw last week, Isaiah Horton dropped a pass. What did Cam do? He went right back to him in the middle of the field. That's the kind of team that you need to be. They know
Everybody's
Sam
playing
Brown.
college football 25 too much.
A little bit too much, and you drop balls on that one too. It's gonna happen.
I expect video game performances, I guess, out of every player.
If we really want a college football playoff culture and type run, when someone does make a mistake like that you know that they're capable of being better, you don't put them down. You don't sit them down. You pull them over and say, "Hey, bro, I expect you to catch that next time." Point blank, period. Now, I know people are not going to like this analogy because everyone doesn't like Colorado, but not this game, but last game when Shedeur threw that fade to Travis Hunter. And Travis said, "Hey, he helped me." He said, shut up, just catch it." That's the kind of dog mentality you want. I guarantee you, when he got back to that huddle, Cam told him, "Hey, you should have caught that." They don't need us on Twitter saying that. But like, let's pump the brakes on, he made a bad play. Let's throw him to the side. Bro, we're going to need JoJo. We're going to need Sam. We're going to need everybody if this is going to be a special year. You need everybody. I guarantee you, Sam Brown, bookmark this, clip this. And if I'm wrong, y'all can troll me about it in the offseason. Sam Brown's going to come up big for us this year at some point. I guarantee you, because he is a really good receiver. Just give him time, y'all. We in game 2, fam. Like, let's pump the brakes.
I want to make sure.
He didn't. Let me tell you why people mad. People mad because he ain't catch the trick play pass, and because he ain't catch the 50-50 ball. That's why they're upset. I'm not saying he's been perfect, and I'm not saying don't say he needs to catch that. But people are tweeting out, "Oh, he playing soft because he don't want to mess up his NIL money." Like, come on, y'all. Let's pump the brakes on stuff like that. Let's be better than our ops who tweet out stuff like that about their own players, man. Like, come on, dog. It's 2 games. It's too small of a sample. I want to make
sure I say this, Poke. I'll let you, like, I see the comments. Y'all, you guys are not understanding. Carl, look, man, we could demand them to be good, and you understand that Kevin Beard probably sees that. Like, those are all teachable moments to be like, yo, he's not it. It's been 2 games. It's like, let's put it into context. It's been 2 games. He's performed, and he stayed engaged. The fact that people were talking about JoJo ain't it either. JoJo got run at the end when it was Poff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the same. It's not the same thing. Like, you're evaluating him how? Like, didn't play at all in the Florida game. JoJo was a fucking monster, bro. Like, for people to say in the chat, "Oh, we're gaslight." No, man, we're just responding to the things people have said. I'm not talking to you directly, and don't ever take anything personally. What I'm saying is, should he have had the catch? Absolutely. But again, what I'm saying is he's staying engaged. There's no throwing his helmet down because he's not getting the ball. He's staying locked in and doing the X. Like, he might not fill out all the stats. X is number 1. Jacoby's 2. You got Zay Bump. Like, you have Elijah. Riley Williams is playing. Like, all that is happening. He's not gonna get every ball. But to be like on 2 games, like, yo, he's not it. Fam, you don't even but what happens? See, when you're saying that is like, when he discredits you, he gives you that 4 for 150 receiving, 4 for 150, then you'd be like, are you going to come back like, I guess I was wrong? No, you're not, because you're staying in the negative moments, right? Like, you're like, fam, like, if that was the case, X wasn't in when he committed, right? X wasn't this. Like, nah, fuck development, fuck all these other things. Like, those things and the chemistry, those things have to be factored in. Yes, he left plays out there. Absolutely. We see it too. But to be like, he's not it is not a genuine take, and you're just a prisoner of the moment. And that's fine. I do it too. In the moment, I'm saying, watch, like, yo, you should have fucking caught that ball. 100%. But to be like, he's not it, that's just not how I view it. And that doesn't have to be your take. But if you want to put your take out there, do your thing. It's in the comments. That's why we do this shit live. We appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? It's what it is. But again, like, it's development. Look, perfect example. Jacoby George gets smacked in the face. Yesterday. Jacoby George last year responds. Oh, okay, he did the right.
Yeah.
he did hit that one with a quick wop.
Yeah, he would have hit him with a 2-piece. Again, but Jacoby George did the right thing. Motherfucker, you know how hard it is to get slapped in the face as a man and not want to slap somebody back just off who you are? Like, come on, man. Like, fam, we gotta stay locked. We gotta stay locked in this demand of, like, everybody needs to be perfect all the time. Demand that shit. You don't demand that shit of yourself. You gonna demand it of somebody who you don't know? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have their you don't know shit about them. You got to be perfect all the motherfucking time. Fam, like, it's a work in progress. It takes time to do all that shit. That's all I'm saying.
I don't want to cut Polk's chance off to talk, but I got to respond to this. One, nobody here is saying Sam Brown shouldn't have caught that ball. He should have caught that ball. We're not even talking about to the people in the chat that are like, look, we just want to play better. Obviously, we all want them to play better. We're talking about
100%.
the people that are going far left and saying like crazy things about them. Another thing I would like to address, Flo, I did not put them in the same conversation. Sam Brown and JoJo are not the same player at all. Mm-hmm. I think JoJo is going to be special. I've said that several times when we talked about our players coming into this season. He was my favorite recruit. If you don't believe me, go watch my reaction when he committed. I moshed for about 3 minutes on a live stream. JoJo is going to be special. For someone else in the chat saying he's not Jeremiah. No, but Jeremiah ain't JoJo either. They both have different skill sets. If you watched a lot of them, there's things they both do that are similar, but JoJo's a different style of receiver. JoJo probably has some of the best hands I think I've ever seen. Route running is crisp. He's nimble. He's shifty and elusive. JoJo is going to be a star as a Miami Hurricane. I'm sorry for those of y'all that are upset that it did not happen game one, but JoJo is going to be a star. Do I think Sam Brown is going to be our number one receiver this year? No, but I do think Sam Brown will contribute to this offense this year for sure. And I'll leave it at that. And yeah, no JoJo slander though, y'all. JoJo gonna be special, man. Let that kid develop. He's gonna be special.
Yeah. Poke.
No, I think we a lot of us suffer from PTSD with past receivers and expecting more from them than what we were getting, and it's just kind of trickling over because we've seen this happen before in the past with highly touted receivers, or we get all these reports coming out of spring like, oh, he's the next so and so. And he's going to have a breakout year. And then we get to game time, and now we're not seeing anything from him. We're seeing drop passes, wide open drop passes that are easily walk-in touchdowns in certain games. But then what you don't get is the effort afterwards, which is what we're seeing now. You see those guys in the past get a couple drops here and there. You see them, kicking the ground, helmet comes off. They're just, head down, moping back to, oh, woe is me, feel sorry for me because I didn't catch a pass. And then you don't see any work afterwards. Who was it that a couple years ago, Harley was the one that said, oh, yeah, we weren't putting in the work after practice. Nobody was staying behind. Nobody was getting extra reps.
Yep.
That's not the case anymore. You're seeing guys constantly getting the extra reps, getting the extra work. You don't see the same type of attitudes out on the field as you did in the past. But us as fans, we kind of hold on to that, and we're like, oh, well, this shit's happening again. Here we go with guys not making plays. But it's totally not the case anymore. You like Ben pointed out, you see the work that's being put in. He stays engaged. He goes back out there. I mean, yeah, that he could have hung his head and moped back to the sideline and sat down on the bench, but he didn't. He stayed in the game. He made plenty more catches after that, So it just goes, just more evidence to show you the type of culture and attitude that Mario has brought to this team and the way it's shifted and changed. And moving forward, it's going to be fine. Sam Brown's going to be fine. The whole receiving corps is going to be fine, man. It's 2 games. I mean, it's 2 games.
Yeah.
Just relax a minute. Just relax a minute. It'll be fine.
Yeah, hold on. Let's get this John Brown comment. Kingsman has been let down so much so they think the player can't mess up. I have no problem with messing up. He's coming back to redeem themselves. Fam, we're not, again, let's make sure everybody sees it, because if y'all just left when we said, y'all, look, PTSD is real. I suffer from that shit. Everything Poke said, I've lived it. It took me talking it out. Some of the time, if y'all go back and watch the first episodes, most of the times just me and Joe giving me therapy, dog. Like, I'm going through it. Why aren't we great yet? I understand it. I'm right with y'all with all the emotions, but to be like, yo, that's it. We don't need him. Yes, Zay Horton is balling. Absolute work. But again, look, Zay Horton is proof, right? Zay Horton wasn't what he's becoming. You know what I'm saying? When he got there, I remember very clearly a halftime with CB and myself and another person. I almost say y'all could go back and look at it. That's my dog. But he said he needed to get the fuck off the field and off the team. Like, I get it, dog. Like, I get it. Look, 100% I'm with y'all. But to say that he's not it after two, like, fam, like, what? He's not making the plays, but he's still like, again, we threw for 300 yards. He still had his receptions. Everybody ate. Like, it's not like Cam was like, yo, get him the fuck off the field. Like, that like, the wide receivers are being rotated, which is something I've been wanting for a year since that, because we didn't do that shit last year. It was 3 and it. Like, there was no fourth or fifth. We saw 5 receiver sets yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yesterday on a game that didn't matter. We could have just ran ISO. You know what I'm saying? Like, all those things are a factor. Like, that these 2 games right here are crucial to building reps and chemistry with the rest of the guys. Because look, FAMU's win, Ball State win. But you can't take these games for granted, and you're going to need these other guys to step up. Because when they do scheme for X, when they scheme for Jacoby, you're going to need a third and fourth option. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like, outside of the tight ends. To obviously, we don't fucking factor in what the building does, and you know what I'm saying, in the chat and the tweets. Like, nobody gives a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, nobody goes, yo, you heard said Sam Brown ain't it. I guess we got to bench him. I guess we got to, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. Let's shut it down, guys. End the show.
Y'all know how different the recruiting class would look if they listen to me. They'd be wrong a lot too. Let's keep it a buck. Yeah. They'd be wrong a lot too.
We would have 47 receivers, 29 defensive backs, 87 defensive ends.
No offense. We had 3 offensive linemen.
3.
That's it. One set, and 2 of them be centers. 2 of them will be centers. And what
that's it. That's it. We converting safeties to play left tackle because we can't field a goddamn offense if they listening to me. So a lot of times too, I like that Ben brought that up. That it's us being emotional as fans. Like,
yeah, and
I do get it. That's why I say I'm not saying don't be like, bro, push that. I'm saying don't tweet out some of the crazy stuff we've been seeing. Like, Sam Brown's breakout game will come. Sam Brown, and I'm not saying that Sam Brown gonna have 1,000 yards this year. No, but I guarantee you, if we want to do something special, like we all want to do this year, 11 is going to have to play a part in that. That's all I'm saying.
Yo, Ken, real quick, I want to jump back. I want to give Joe credit. Joe might be right about the stats he rattled off about the tight ends, because the tight ends are absolutely eating, dog.
Oh my gosh,
they already beat their 2023 stats already in 2 games. Like, that's okay. We're off the Sam Rush. Can we talk about the absolute utter fucking calmness from Cam Ward? Like, I don't like. Fam, like, you could, like, if you're poked, tell me in the building if you feel like there's a calmness that he has where, like, nothing bothers him, though. And it's not just the O-line. Like, and you go back and I went back and watched Washington State when they beat the dog shit out of Colorado last year. He's that same player. Like, his energy is exactly the same. What was that like in the building watching Cam Ward work?
No, yeah, I mean, you know, back-to-back games now. I mean, of course, the first game up in Gainesville, you're always nervous because it's the swamp. It's the first game of the season. You don't know what to expect, but we saw what happened. But going into, I think from here on out, you're not worried when you see him run out onto the field. You're like, okay, you know, get to work, do your thing, get it done. We Gucci. Mm-hmm. Whereas before, you're like, what's going to happen on this drive? Oh my God. I hope he throws it to an open receiver. Holy cow. I hope he doesn't tear up a knee trying to fit his way into a hole that's not there, or, you know, just something along those lines. You're not worried about that anymore.
You know what, Paul? I think I just realized that as well. There's a different level of calmness during the drop back this year. Yeah. Whereas last year and we try not to harp on anybody, but and you're staring at the defense last year, right? You're looking as soon as there's a pass, you're looking at the defense to go, what doesn't he see? Jesus fuck. Where is he? What is he not seeing right now? The drop back is so much like, oh, he's about to throw. Who's open? Like, you know somebody's open. You can't see the all 22, but you know somebody open down there.
It's funny because I go back and I look at some of the passes he's made already, and I'm like, I wonder if that other dude would have seen that. Like the wide open 50-yarder to X yesterday. It's like,
yeah.
Would the other guy have seen him wide ass open, or would he try to fit it into a little 5 and out on the sideline that he overthrows or something? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's another thing. We're not seeing that. We're not throwing 2-yard covered outs that are catch and tackle. We're stretching the field. No, we're working the middle of the field. I screamed every halftime show about the middle of the field last year because it just felt like we never attacked inside the hashes. It was just unconquered ground. And this year, Cam is just – it's like he's planted a flag inside the hashes and is like, look, these tight ends going to punish you inside the hashes. It's cool because it sets everything else up on the outside. I love the way Cam gets everybody involved. I mean, even Damian Martinez, who was split out at receiver, caught a hitch. You know, Cam really does make sure everyone's touching the ball. And
the long completion on third down to Riley down the middle.
That was fantastic. Down the middle, just eating.
Riley hopped the motherfucker. Yeah.
Oh, I wish he would have stuck that landing because he might have rolled into the end zone after that.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Oh, wait.
It's cool to see the tight end.
He should have stuck the landing and made a touchdown.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
They want to get rid of my boy too.
Pounds of him. Throw him out. Throw him out. He's done.
I'm just playing, man. I'm just playing.
I like seeing that, man. The tight ends eating so far.
Yeah.
It's music to my ears, man. It's so much fun.
Bro,
hey, there's another one we were told was trash, was no good, couldn't cut it. But 3 sacks, 5 QB pressures, 41% win rate, 90.8 pass rush grade according to PFF. Any question who that might have been?
No, son. No. He got a sack where he didn't even tackle the quarterback.
What? He bench pressed a man into another man. He never touched the quarterback.
Tyler Barron is that dude.
A man into another man.
Good Lord.
First round.
He
going to the first round. He keep this shit up. Holy cow. The explosion, the bend. He's showing bend too, not just the bull rush. The dude.
Straight up savage.
But he never performed at the Swamp. I guess we should have signed him.
He never did anything at Tennessee.
5 sacks in 2 games.
5. Listen, and
no Ruben Bain.
Bain is in the fucking like Captain America, just in the lab, like getting rehab, fam. Tyler Barron. There's been zero. I love Bain. No disrespect. You don't even notice that Bain isn't there. Like last year, when we had one guy. When Mesidor went down, we noticed that Mesidor was down because there was a drop off with the guys behind him. Fam, with these guys, look, D-line issues. I don't like how much the D tackles try to rush up field and kind of leave things open behind them. I think they need to tighten that up. That needs to be worked on. They give up the 30-yard run. There are things to work on, but this is the game you want to have those issues because it gives Mario and the staff things to be like, what the fuck? Y'all won by 47. Y'all put up 56. Look at all these empty plays. Look at all the penalties. This is the game where you want to have all those teachable moments and still win by 47 and get out with no injuries. You know what I'm saying? That is no injuries, dog. Look, were there bone coverages? Yes, but again, like, you have to factor in the rotations. The fact that everybody got rotated almost on every drive and plays. Communication, that's not going to happen for the tighter games. You, just like when you go to the playoffs, you shrink your bench, right? Like now you got to find out who can handle when the bullets are live. And the bullets are live now. Hold up. Hoodie says.
Yeah, good shout out. Robbie is officially a corner. He's full-time at DB.
Yes.
And the talks coming out of Coral Gables, out of Green Tree, is like he has NFL upside. I think that's going to be exciting to see that transition. Whatever they saw in some of those reps this spring really opened up some eyes clearly. So that's cool for Robbie.
Yeah,
always thought he should have been there. Him and his brother with the physicality, that always should have been on the defensive side. Just because, the receiver room is going to get the floor is going to keep growing and growing. And I just always saw him there. We said it during spring when he got a couple reps, like, yo, He looks natural. He just brings the physicality that very likely next year he might be getting starting. You know what I'm saying? Starting snaps. Like I've always seen that in him, dog. For real.
It's cool to see them continue to invest, right? Because you also don't want to you don't want to have a special athlete like that and just go, we don't know what we got for him. I love that the staff is like, okay, let's see what he does here, and then clearly, when you start hearing scouts start talking about NFL upside, they're not. These aren't Miami Hurricanes scouts. These aren't people trying to make us feel good. So clearly, whatever he did out there in the spring was really good, and I love that the staff is investing in. All right, let's make this switch. Also better for the roster, but possibly for your future as well. So I like that. That's just cool and encouraging. Recruiting and development, man.
Absolutely. Super Sil asked, you heard crew, how do you feel about Mezzi working inside? Absolutely love it.
I like it.
I think I love it. He'll
do both at the next level. He's gonna be like a utility guy. So
that's where he primarily played before he came to Miami. He was
West Virginia.
Look what he did at West Virginia. So love it.
What he brings to the inside, can be. I think he has one more year if he wanted to. Right, because of last year, I think he got like a medical redshirt type of shit. But the dude is solid, man. It brings depth, bro. Like we didn't have him all last year at all. I think he went out in the A&M game. So yeah, I love him working inside. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, I like it. And again, we don't necessarily play guys for what they're going to do at the next level, but his projection at the next level is one of those guys that whether he makes is a fourth or fifth round pick, he's going to make a roster because that's 2 roster spots you got with one guy. He plays 4-3 defensive end, 3 DT, 3-4 DN. He can just do so much, and he's so valuable to that locker room right now with guys like Blunt and Scott and Lightfoot in there and Pickett. Somebody like Mesidor, who's seen a lot of football, is just crazy valuable to those young men in that locker room. And he shows the selflessness. That's buying in. Like that's buying in. I love that.
Absolutely. Rocky says he was talking to him, Overdose. McConaughey and Scott are studs. Loved our young linebackers too. The trenches are getting built up, man, and he's built it from the inside out. Y'all already see it. Let me see. I hope Alderman and Martinez come back next year, especially if we're closer. I don't know if Martinez comes back, man. With running backs, you got to get in that league early and try to get in.
If he has an explosive year, you don't want too many hits on that body. So if he has an explosive year, almost just for his sake, for our sake, hell yeah, run that thing back.
Yeah.
But for his sake, if he has another big one,
look on that long touchdown run.
Ooh. I think he's just heating up. I think he's just starting.
He only had 10. He only had 10 carries and he had 90 yards. Like he had a 9 yards per. That's going to it's gonna get better. It's a lot of work. Look, guys, we're about to get up out of here, man. Y'all already know we rock for about an hour. Sometimes we go an hour and a half. That's if CB just eats way too many snacks right before the show. He just kind of goes off on sugar. Appreciate y'all rocking with us, man.
TJ, come holla at me. Dallas, come holla at me. Elijah, come holla at me. Solomon Thomas, come holla at me. Come to the Canes. We have snacks.
We got it. We got snacks over here, man. We got snacks. Appreciate your rocking with us.
Want to put this out there. I got the first pick with Hoodie Girl. So
yes, you did. You did. You're a celebrity. You're big time. I'm gonna say something, Pope. Listen, brother. I don't appreciate you being the first one, but I'm sure Joe has one in the in the chamber that he doesn't know how to use his phone though. A man his age.
Hilarious.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, I had a very humble moment
micro
last
SD card on his Razor, and now he doesn't know where his photos are.
He's got to go find the Nextel and get the card out.
It's like a Motorola. He got that Motorola. He ain't here, so he can't say shit. Yeah, he got that Motorola. He still got the flip phone. Yep, hit him with the Motorola Razor. He loves hearing that clack. Remember that shit? Hey,
yeah, he loves Joe. Joe hang on you like this.
When
you just snap it down.
Just snap it down. Oh,
it was the best way to hang up on somebody.
I love it.
Be like, yeah.
You talking to?
You can hear it on the other side. You be like, what was that thump? Hung up on your ass.
We're available wherever you get your podcast, man. Please leave us reviews on your Apple Podcast, man. Help scroll it. Like, share, subscribe, comment. For CB, for Poke, for Joe that's resting because that man got to get a nap in. We're up out of here, man. Appreciate y'all rocking with us, man.
Love y'all. Appreciate you.
Coming soon, man. Coming soon. Stay tuned. We out.